just had a little look, just been thinking about what I said in the last video, and we were talking in the broader time frames. This is only on a 15-minute. Let's zoom out to. We were talking about Bitcoin, and we were talking about ZCash. We're on the 1 hour. Now, what I was saying to you. No, not the 1 hour. Let's even go on the 4 hour. What I was saying to you about ZCash is that it has this looking like it's making this double bottom, and it wants to go up as Bitcoin likely range trades between the in this accumulation zone. I was saying to you before that I thought that ZCash would likely come in at drop down to 126 or 127, and that's what I've been targeting. And it's struggling to get there because Bitcoin is pushing higher. And one thing to think about is to think about flipping that on its head. It's like if Bitcoin pushes higher, it might actually make the and it does seem to be, it might actually make the retracement more of a shock to the market more when it comes, and which might have a more brutal effect on the Zcash price as well. And I had originally been hoping to have another chance at this level down, and often also what Zcash does is it will effectively give up all of its gains, and so it makes a big gain like this, and it will often come all the way back down just over a period of days to where it was before. So now it doesn't always happen, obviously, but something that's making me think that this may be a mistake to even commit completely. Maybe buy some here, but perhaps keep something left for another retracement all the way back down to these kind of levels at 120, 118, because if let me just clean up this. Let's get rid of that one. Hide that one. What else are we going to hide? Hide that one. We can hide pretty much everything. Let's hide it all, and then we'll put it back on. No. Now we want that. Now, okay, I think that's probably okay. We can start to see now. Now, if we look on the daily, Zcash, I did tell you about this, and I thought that this double bottom possibly needs to be more efficacious. It kind of, you really want the second bottom to be lower, more in line with this one, which itself would suggest that our current target of 129 maybe isn't low enough. We would expect it would retrace a bit further. And if we look on the 4 hour chart, you can see something else I've been looking at, which is that let's get rid of this now. On the 4 hour chart, we can see that what we are kind of currently trying to form is this inverse head and shoulders. Now, here's the neckline along there. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Now, again, we can measure the breakout if the price breaks above, if and when the price breaks above the neckline, we can expect a measured move in accordance to the height of the head. I do have, probably it'll be, let's put that back on, and there's our trend line. Okay, now, so let's put that there. The height of the head, assuming we broke out here, somewhere like that, takes us to about 172, 173. Now, if we put the the trend-based fib extension on here, on our current, if we put this on with our current price target of 1.2, so assuming it retraces to 127, now the 1.618 trend-based fib extension doesn't work. It would, if we tip down and then break the neckline and complete this inverse head and shoulders, then we would think we should be targeting around 171. It would be strange for this. This is clearly the beginning of an uptrend, in which case, and so the trend-based fib extension, which all the bots and algorithms are playing to, we would want really our target to marry up with one of these fibs on there, and it doesn't. It doesn't actually do that. On the other hand, if we moved our price target down lower, so like I say, Zcash likes to give up all of its gains. Well, we were at 119 recently, and if we were to bring this down to 119, whoops. Wait a minute. What have I done? I did this a minute ago. Right, so we have 119. Go to here. And then we bring our, right, there we go. So if we set our trend-based fib extension, so this is the new trend. We start at 119, we go up to 150, we come down to 119. That's our new. So our new trend, the extension will take us to 171. Now that's pretty much bang in line with the target from this inverse head and shoulders. I also think that you would find that this 200 moving average, if we were to take a tumble down to here, you'll find that this will come down with time, and potentially we break out further along here. Maybe it's something like that. And look, again, the 200 moving average is going to come crashing in here as a resistance for us to run up against. So this would be a nice thing to play. So I think really what I'm now expecting is, I think I might ladder in. I might buy some at 126, 127 if it gets there. But I'm now kind of starting to think that we're going to see a test down towards 120 at the beginning of this range. And I think that happens over the next 24 hours or a couple of days as Bitcoin tops out. Maybe it tests the top of the range we were talking about earlier in the wick-off accumulation zone. It's going to test up towards 40,000 maybe. Maybe it can't quite get there, and maybe it's already topping out where it is now, sort of in the 38s or 37s. And maybe the retracement, the heavy retracement that we see on Bitcoin, probably to its 0.618, I think we'll see Bitcoin retrace to, there's the bit. I thought I had the, I've obviously got it gone. We'll stick it on there. Bitcoin is going to retrace. Let's say it goes up to here. That's where it is. Let's say it gets to 38,000. It's going to want to retrace to here. It will go to the 78. I think it's going to test this resistance, and so it's going to maybe come all the way down to here. Maybe it goes to here. In either case, and even if it doesn't do that, even if it comes only to this first support line, look on the wick-off accumulation, this is still a very key point. If it comes anywhere near this is only needs to get near in between the 0.5 and the 0.618 fib for it to come right down to this, to test this support on the here. it will be testing this, and this is going to be enough to cause all kinds of panic in the markets. That will, I think, on reflection, almost certainly give us a good probability of a trip down to the sort of 118, 119 for Zcash. The one caveat I would say in terms of this is that Zcash might front run it, and this is why I think we should ladder in, even maybe laddering in now at 132 or whatever. Maybe buy some at 132. If it gets to 126, buy some more. If it gets to 119, say thank you very much, take some more. And if we ladder in, we'll build a decent position in anticipation of this move to something like 173, and bearing in mind that this here inverse head and shoulders or whatever it is, and again you could call this a double bottom that it's trying to break out of here. Forget this part, and we could put a double bottom in here on the 4 hourly. It breaks out there. In fact, actually, let's see what would happen if let's climb that. Maybe that would explain. That would give us a reason for discounting the idea of it going to 119. So let's say that this is not. Let's turn that off. Hide. Oh, what did I just do? Well, let's hide that. There we go. Right now. Oh wait, I've hidden the crying out loud. Let's not hide the. I do want the actual candles. Where's the price action gone? Bloody hell. Oh, there it is. There we are. Right, okay. So, let's play with the idea that, in fact, we're talking about a double bottom. If this is a double bottom and we went there, I think that was the. Let's make this a bit more visible. If we go for the pink, there we are. Okay. No, I don't like that. Can't see that so well. Turquoise. Oh my god, the other turquoise. That's our best bet. Okay, so we put that in here. If this is our bottom already in, and we're going like this, or even some kind of ascending triangle, perhaps we could measure this as such, so the bottom there to there, that's probably okay. Now, if we break out somewhere along here, it gives a bit more. Yeah, you see, in fact, I could start to believe. So then we could actually see that the 168 might, and maybe it would even, I think that I might have gone a bit high with that, because we probably want this one. Yeah, 150 was where we were before, so that was the top, so there we go. Oh, so then, okay. So there is an argument to be made. There we have it. Okay, so if this is our local double bottom, double bottom, and Zcash breaks out somewhere around about here. So we maybe want to be buying the 132, 131, 126, whatever it gets. Then the trend-based fib extension does work. It does take us this way to 168, 1618. And also, yeah, that does actually work better with the 200 moving average. Okay, so there are two, I think, our two medium term, short to medium term possibilities for what might happen. You probably want to ladder in one way or the other. I think I'm kind of on second thoughts. I think that this is the more likely option. That this is a double bottom and that we don't go much lower than 126. I remember the last time as well, around about, it must have been after this one. This was if this is very similar to the Bitcoin chart. If this was a wick off event, so here's the preliminary support. This was after everything came down from Bitcoin tanking from 65,000. It came down here, preliminary support, look, and then carried on, selling climax, boom, automatic response, boom. So here's our trading range on Zcash between this line and this line, yeah, and this here. Here's our support, our resistance at the top here, or sorry, here, and our support down at the bottom, and you could call this a support. So we've got resistance, resistance, support, support, and we've been bouncing between them. Now, here is our selling climax, here is our automatic reaction, here is our secondary test. Now we're into phase B. We've come down here, or here maybe, sorry, for a, oh yeah, this was a test as well, I think. But look, after the secondary test here, you see what happened. It went flying up, and I think that this point here is the point where on the 4-hourly chart, Bitcoin, if we looked at the Bitcoin price action at this point, this is when people, market participants on the Bitcoin 4-hourly chart started to take the view that it was a wick-off accumulation over, let's say, the 4-hourly time frame, and they believed the general market sentiment was that Bitcoin was going sideways at this point. And look, this is what, I remember exactly what happened. Is Bitcoin effectively went sideways, didn't do much, and Zcash went, from here. I remember buying it. We bought sort of 130-ish or whatever, and it went flying up to just under 190 in a very short space of time. Now, I think this is the same thing that we're going to see here. The market's about to discover on, let's say, a larger time frame. So I think that the response should be bigger and perhaps more prolonged for Zcash. And we'll maybe do better. We will do better on the Bitcoin, the Zcash Bitcoin pairing. But basically, we will realize, or the market will realize, that Bitcoin is going to go sideways, and Zcash will suddenly wake up and come flying up this way. As you can see, it's very similar to what happened. The same bloody thing, in fact. But I think the difference is because it's occurring on a larger time frame, it won't reverse so quickly. Over the 4-hour time frame that people were seeing this on, we got there, and then Bitcoin basically started heading south again, and people started getting terrified by 30 grand, possible breaking going further down, and so this just led to what it led to. But I think at this point, the market will tend to see the bigger picture, that we're maybe in a longer period of accumulation for Bitcoin, and as such, when Zcash breaks to the upside this time, I think it will run into trouble here, and there'll be a pullback. But I suspect that the pullback will be to this 150-ish region, rather than ending with another test of 120. I think we end up in the 150 region, maybe we even come back down a little bit further, but effectively that will be a retracement on this upswing in a broader Zcash uptrend, which I think is going to last for more time than this. And as I said in the earlier video, I think that our ultimate destination is at least is on the daily is looking like we're at least going to sort of just under 300, and probably, if I'm correct about our place in the Bitcoin accumulation cycle, then I think really Zcash is hourly and daily uptrend is going to take it to 500-ish or 400-ish on this upswing. So it won't be without retracements, but it will. But that's what I am playing for, and I think you don't want to miss. In which case, you don't really want to be missing this bottom. So we probably are, picking peanuts out of poo to an extent about worrying about whether or not we can buy it at 120 or 150 or 127. Like just buy some here, get it here. It's going north, subject to Bitcoin's own behavior. So I believe, but the head and shoulders, and I think the other thing is that this maybe marries up with the head and shoulders. No, it kind of works more with, it works, can't quite remember, I think it works better with this as a double bottom. The head and shoulders, I suppose maybe the head and shoulders, maybe the neckline we have here. So who knows? It's not an exact science, but I think that this is kind of what to expect, and that's what I'm going to be looking at myself. So.